In the center of Claremont, inside its venerable town hall, sits a survivor and a gem.
You find all these little intricate carvings and paintings and
incredible detail. They do not make these anymore.
No, they don't.
Scott Hagar is executive director of the Claremont Opera House, a magnificent example of Italian Renaissance revival. It was completed in 1897 at a cost of $62,000. Down the road, Newport, New Hampshire has its own historic opera house. Truth is, for more than a century, these local opera houses, as they were known, became centers of civic and cultural engagement in communities like Biddeford, Maine, Bellows Falls, Vermont, and Rochester, New Hampshire. These spaces hosted everything from performances to public events like town meetings and political rallies.
They had everything in here, from boxing matches to somehow they got elephants into the building and put on a circus performance.
Only a block from the mills in Claremont, the Opera House was a popular Saturday night destination for many mill workers who would have looked up at the house's original and recently restored grand drape.
All hand-painted and all original.
But alas, financially and demographically, it's getting tougher every year for these landmarks, the final curtain hovering more closely than ever.
Is there a future for them?
I think so. I think if they're managed right.
In Claremont, the sound of making things was once the background noise of the entire city. The former mills are quiet today, except one.
The Makerspace is an amazing resource.
This would be hard to replicate, like in your
At
garage.
home. It would be impossible to replicate this at home.
While small makerspaces have thrived in schools and public libraries, the Claremont Makerspace, a nonprofit launched in 2018 with a grant from the state, is all that on a massively larger level.
So we have 7 different shops that cover wood, metal, machining, jewelry, photography, fibers, just a little bit of everything. So instead of someone investing in those kinds of tools and products for their home, they have a membership here and they come in and they use ours.
Felicia Dalkey is executive director of the Claremont Makerspace, with a range of members may be as impressive as the range of skills and crafts they pursue.
They range in age from 16 to 80 plus years old, all different backgrounds.
I make jewelry. I work with silver and brass and gold here. This building, this space is so incredible.
Theo Castellani grew up in Alaska, came east to study biology at Dartmouth, and was drawn in by his craft, Claremont, and the Makerspace.
It feels like a really important part of the larger project of bringing Claremont back to life. My favorite thing about this place is that we're able to offer classes that are affordable to the people who live in the area.
I've tried everything here. I've done all the classes, and this is the one that stuck. Who would have guessed?
Joanne Clifford spent a career in academia before learning and developing her skill in metalwork and welding. She now exhibits and sells the work she makes here.
I call my little business Reimagined, and that really is me too. Just to think about the business of the work that went on here, and now it's a creative hub.
For woodworker and artist in residence Margot Dunlap, the work that once went on here is a compelling presence.
The space itself is also delightful. You can see the history in the walls. They didn't cover up everything.
No, they didn't. In fact, they have always made things here. For over a century, starting in 1868, this was home to the Sullivan Machinery Company. Today, only the Makerspace and a small building across the street survive from the once sprawling industrial plant. This corner space served as the company's forge and was known as the Sawtooth Building because of its distinctive roof.
Because of the window design, letting light into the facility.
The wood, the glass, the girders, so all original. All this brick, untouched.
Correct.
Making then, still making today.
What do you think somebody from the original Sullivan machine shop would say now, a century and a half later, if they walked into the makerspace? What would they make of this?
I think the former employees of Sullivan Machine that worked here would love the fact that we're still making things in this area, creating a new kind of economic opportunity for our makers.
You can tell that so much used to be made and produced here, and it makes me so happy that I get to make and produce my work in a building that has that history.
All right, so Twin State Market Spaces, the nonprofit behind Claremont Market Space, originally bought the old mill building from the city for $20.
$20, but on the condition that it be built out as a makerspace, which of course it has been, and it's really become kind of a community gathering place. A lot of people come there. They say that they draw people from about a 50-mile radius, New Hampshire and Vermont, obviously.
Very cool.